All right, Lani, let's go into a student question. This
Okay.
is what we're about, and so here we go with Matthew.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Matthew Sharp. I'm a sophomore at Georgetown University in the School of Foreign Service. I had a question for Lani. I noticed that you're very involved in both the private sector and with a nonprofit organization that you founded. And I was wondering what different types of management techniques you use with each, and which ones you find are most effective in the private sector and then with your nonprofit. Thanks.
That's a great question. I have a business model that I think is imperative that corporations, government, and business and nonprofits need to work around. And if you can think of a Venn diagram of where one circle is industry, another circle is community, and another circle is government. The intersection of those three spots is really where I think government, industry, and nonprofit organizations need to work, where it's where they're leveraging each other's strengths in order to move their own specific agendas forward. I started my work in nonprofit just last year. As far as organizing and starting a nonprofit organization. The nonprofit is called One Voice Hawaii, and the mission of the nonprofit is to organize and empower the Native Hawaiian community. And I personally don't see how my management styles are changed between how I operate Lanmark Technology and how One Voice Hawaii is being operated. I believe that nonprofits need to be run with the same values and operations as for-profit organizations. Just because it's a nonprofit doesn't mean that it shouldn't be profitable, and it still shouldn't be able to achieve whatever goals that are set forth in the business plan. And so I approach both organizations the same way.
Well, okay, maybe to go into it, how do you motivate an employee?
It's very important for me to create an environment that I would want to work in, and that family feeling environment, the feeling of valuing your employees as not only as staff members but as people, I think makes just a more effective environment. And I learned this through my military training. You can have staff that are charged with doing a job, but if they're not taken care of in their personal life, if they're having financial difficulty, if they have a sick parent that they have to care for, that's going to ultimately affect their work life. And so the more things that you can do as a leader to ensure that their personal life is in place and that there's very little disruption, the more productive employee that you're going to have. And so when I created my company, it was important for me to have benefits that really took care of my employees. Free medical care, free life insurance, free short-term, long-term disability, a really competitive 401k plan, a really competitive number of days off, because I just realized that having those elements taken care of would only create a person who is not distracted when they're on their job, and gives them a personal commitment to wanting to see the organization prosper, because they realize that as the organization prospers, it just gets reinvested back into the things that matter to them personally.
Gotcha. And speaking of prosperity,